This is the story of the Buddha Buggy, a 1959 Chevrolet Impala owned by Tatsuhoshi Gotanda. Back in the late 1950s, the custom car scene in Southern California was exploding, and Tats Gotanda didn't want his Impala to look like every other car on the road. He brought it to one of California's legendary custom builders, Bill Hines. Hines transformed the Impala with handcrafted metalwork. He sculpted custom scoops into the rear quarter panels and around the headlights, added ribs to the front fenders, and created a unique rear antenna setup. The grille was changed, the bumpers were modified, side pipes were built into the rocker panels, and the whole car received a stunning paint job, candy blue over pearl white with blue metal flake details. The result was something completely different, a car that would eventually become known as the Buddha Buggy. But the story was about to get even more important. In 1961, Bill Hines saw something that changed the direction of the build. It was Ron Aguirre's X-Sonic, a revolutionary custom Corvette equipped with hydraulic suspension. Hines was fascinated by the idea, so he decided to bring hydraulics to the Buddha Buggy. The Impala was fitted with a full hydraulic system that could raise and lower the car by around 8.5 inches. Think about that. This was the early 1960s, long before hydraulic lowriders became a worldwide symbol of Chicano and Mexican-American car culture. Cars like the Buddha Buggy were already experimenting with the technology. And it wasn't just about making the car sit low. The details were everywhere. Chrome wheel well shields, custom wire wheels, a completely redesigned interior by Eddie Martinez, featuring pearl upholstery, fur carpeting, and swivel bucket seats. Inside, the car even featured technology that was wild for its time, including a television, hi-fi stereo, and telephone. Even Bob Hirohata, the legendary builder and owner of the famous Hirohata Mercury, contributed by making custom knobs for the dashboard and doors. By the early 1960s, the Buddha Buggy was appearing at major California car shows and in magazines. It had become more than just a custom Chevrolet. It was becoming a piece of history. But then, the car disappeared. Tats eventually sold it to a school teacher who drove it for a while before putting it away. For decades, the Buddha Buggy was forgotten, until around 2004, when the historic Impala was discovered again. And there was only one man who could bring it back to life: Bill Hines, the same man who had transformed the car decades earlier. Hines began restoring the Buddha Buggy, bringing the legendary Impala back to the show circuit. In 2008, it appeared again at the Grand National Roadster Show, but the story still wasn't over. In 2023, tragedy struck. A fire at a Los Angeles home damaged the Buddha Buggy and claimed the life of its owner, Warren Liu. The car survived. And later that year, the Buddha Buggy became part of the Hines family collection, with plans for another restoration. Today, the Buddha Buggy represents something much bigger than one 1959 Chevrolet Impala. It represents a moment when the traditional California custom scene began evolving into something new. A time when custom cars started getting lower, hydraulics started changing the game, and the foundation of modern lowrider culture was being created. Before the hopping Impalas, before the famous hydraulic competitions, before lowriders became a global culture, there were pioneers experimenting with ideas that had never been tried before. And the Buddha Buggy was one of them. A 1959 Impala that helped change the way a generation would see a custom car.